so long to open the door? Do you want the thieves to kill me from here?
No, darling. It's just that I was sleeping. I became tired waiting for you. Carly usually come 8, but what happened today?
Why are you asking me such questions? Who's keeping who? Are you the head of the house? Move aside and give me space. I will lose my temper, beat you like a snake.
So just telling you to Maranchana.
You are still opening your mouth, eh? Are you really taught?
Each new day that comes is like waking up from a nightmare, where solemn hymns played every night and day in our streets, as our stories of sorrow, sealing all corners of our community worth paying attention to. For these hymns harshly elongated, facial looks on every ear that picks them and washes away the smiles of all concerned citizens, especially neighborhoods. The unchanging elderly hymns of fighting spouses in many lodging units deprive away the joys of the future parents, whose geared wish of having successful marriages when their time is due becomes a mere dream, for they demonstrate to them a horrific part of male-female unionism by transforming beautiful, handsome, appealing facial creations into deformed, terrible images. Panel beating of spouses until their facial appearance suits grey-haired fashion of long-lived beings has gained popularity, yet leaving some disabled and others with no teeth in their mouths, as if the perpetrators are dental specialists.
Hymns of killing each other preserve its explosion state in a country's households, and waste stew spins like a ball in a football pitch world over. The deliberate lost love is on purpose engrossing a flashlight and eye-catching mode for married beings in an endeavor to abusing their spouses. Nail-scratching and punching of nicely fashioned facial figures have a resound simultaneous effect in this phenomenon, transforming humanity's appearance into a protracted, strange-lived creature of a unique animal kingdom. Like Cain is the definition of this era, where Goliath has risen in all lands, doing what he is known for, yet conquered, defeated, but not eradicated. While echoes of humanity's resort to a variety of destructive means as a way of rescuing traumatic marriages, yet leaving alarming damages in many homes, overlaps many households, as Sonded Young said.
Conversion of initial use of simple machines has absorbed a new light in many conjugal units, where knives, axes, firearms, screwdrivers, pot pans, hand feet, verbal words and serving their intended domestic purposes. Hearts vibrating, yet leaving empathy in a cut-off depression after staring at how well-grown beings in most matrimonies are falling behind. As if that is not enough, the unshakable eyes unfastens generously for a special vision subsequent to seeing many fallen odd beings, malingering about in all corners of the street in search for daylight fresh partners of a different make, not knowing that the majority are the same.
Kids lamenting upon seeing parents fighting. Mwatwipaira bamayo, mwatochera batata. A common theme songs, unique but universal in the 21st century.
It is a new phenomenon of rising arguments from nowhere in many homes as a means of getting rid of job fiscal strains, becoming well multiplied by humans, disregarding right ways of resolving matrimonial starvation, which can be acquired in their laid down locations, yet marrying alongside waiting for immediate divorce of many petty corrosive marriages is a chief necessity of all marriage contracts of this era, where noise pollution from the car outcries on wedding days is a source of matrimonial confusion thereafter.
Saying I do on wedding days is simply a show-off, while chameleon characters fill many hearts of feminists and their counterparts, as many spouses are changing facial deeds like a rolling ball of the Chipolopolo.
Indeed, worries of the current creations in marriages makes the majority marrying age to avoid entering in any genuine contract, as fear of being castrated, bent, run over by cars, sprinkled with hot cooking oil, chest knife, slashed, short axe, verbally harassed in first presence as if Imbusa did not do their task well, has emerged victorious of this era.
The fighting?
What's the problem?
I don't know.
So you mean when we get married we'll be fighting just like them?
Hey, come on. With them?
No, forget me. I think it's over. It's over between you and me. It's over. No. It's over between you and me.
Just like that?
A telling of heightened emotional terms of akulasanikwa sembe sinakwatiriwe nomba nchulira fyabana makes headline in many marriages across the societies. Side assistant homemakers have provided a platform of conflict in many material comforted households, as these are over-servicing their masters, master bedroom, making alongside carrying all wife's chores, while garden boys playing multiplicity minor roles of all kinds are adversely breaking many homes. It is a 50-50 situation where males and their counterparts are demanding equality in every activity world over. Yet, coping of love idiom vocabularies remain a powerful union destroyer, but unique to this century.
The sweetie.
Honey.
Daddy.
Mommy.
Babe.
Darling of dear affection expression terms have hazardly impacted negatively in many African homes, as many are found in it a chaotic source of conflict in moments when they are not addressed so, phone saved so, workplace picture displayed so, and the heart recurrent so, while a more than one partner Solomon-like lifestyle side helping partner finishes it all. My cry for Mother Zambia, where fruit originators are slowly losing their flavors, as others have by now lamentably gone bad, scaring new generation from being planted and become fruit makers as well, is worthy supported by all affected beings.
Putting away all that could be a source of disturbance in my state of being. Yet, turning my ears to the low voices heard from a distance, I perceive the sound of a female tone, explicitly acclaiming.
Charming looks, pretty and sweet attire, boasting no disparity from those younger than I am. I still weep and demand for some kind treatment from my male counterpart before I grow older than my existing grandmother. When I'm frantically beaten brutally like a kawalala, every now and then, night and day, my prettiness will fade away, sweeping into depreciated market, and I'll be trashed like a rotten carpet. Man, you have made me a prisoner of my own body, incarcerated and detained because of your vicious displeasure in my own home. While comparison with the pictures of my young years makes me burst into a bloody of tears. My arms yearn to be wrapped around my husband's home body, but my mind resists due to his inhuman mores. My lips are dry, longing for compassionate kisses from my man, which mistakenly leave poison on my lips with cracks of injury because of old memories of brutality. Fear fills me. I'm afraid to come home from my workplace, afraid of walking out of the car, to open my house door, as all these have turned into a nightmare. Yet, living in my own home breaks my heart like Hiroshima explosive bomb of Japan. Because thunder, frightening, sparks of cracking anger fill all corners of my house like an unexpected earthquake. Men, you pretend to be good by dressing yourselves in a sheep's coat. Yet you are fearsome lion. You frequently whisper in beautiful ladies' ears that you shall always be there for them. You shall be their shelter, protector, lover. But you change like a rotating crankshaft. And now, you are mistreating your spouse's state of being by pondering them like snake. Alamule umfako luse, pantu na ifwendise bantu mungayin. Husband, you have made your wives to shed tears of sorrow, day in and day out. You have terminated the smiles of your wife by subjecting them to a regrettable life every second. You have made many to believe that all men are bad, brutal cheaters with similar characters, though there are few who are considerate, kind, caring, loving, whether they are nurtured that way, as many are illusion makers. Now, I urge my fellow beings who are perpetual perpetrators of gender-based violence against each other to stop it at all costs and adhere to love-nourishing relationships. Remember, I am, you are, we are intact human beings subjected to similar biological makeups worth dignifying.
A while later, I heard another strong complaining voice saying,
I used to love and care more about you. My care surpassed even your parents' managerial limits. You pretended to be unique, humble, good-hearted, worth making unionism with. Now you verbally insult me in public. You harbor your family but hinder my relatives from residing with me. You made me do things that I never did for my parents, brothers, sisters, nephews, and even nieces. I bought you Hungry Lion, pizza, chicken shawarma, eat some more biscuits, take you for Fresh View cinemas and other advanced expensive places. You made me borrow clothes, monies, book taxis just to please you, when in fact I ate bread with no butter, ate chihuahua with no cooking oil, and walked long distances on foot. Yes, you were putting smiles on my face after doing you a favor, and we used to laugh and dance. But now, you've made my happiness to be a hidden history of its kind, as I now live by the insults you utter to me every day. The hot cooking oil you poured intentional on me pains endless. You can't even picture the deep pains I am going through right now. How I wish I never married you to save myself from weakening wrath, because we're a danger to society. Your deeds leave a bad mark for the aftermath generation.
Failure to rest well during nights has become habitual as I always reflect on the hurt you've inflicted on me, while my moments of joy are all taken off by your harsh ways.
Crying and praying are the only source of comfort these days. At times, I even ask for a short-lived life than spending a long life with a person of your nature, or rather live near King Cobra. For you've turned my life into a nightmare.
Remember, I am, you are, we are intact human beings subjected to similar biological makeups, worthy dignifying.
Yet setting my ears in a lonely place, I heard a redemption song in the valleys of Mchinga escarpment, leading to the free flow of a hose-piped water down to Kanchivia River, shedding a tender breath of air of the said population, saying, all shall be well.
Indeed, tolerance, compromise, bargaining are better ways of resolving marriage conflicting ideologies. The difference in bringing ups are consequential, but patience and self-knowing before together unionism is critical in understanding one another before and thereafter. And so, readiness before getting into marriage is a good score to knowing one another. Action or love expression as true built relationship is a fountain of any long successful unionism of any century. A relationship built on material comfort has a shortfall of long lasting, but the after partner relatedness and other necessities in marriage union is worth a century. A love bond built unionism with respect, caress, openness, approachable, living up to long made promises is worth a century. Quick information obtainance, but patience in reaction until truth is gathered is a profound alternative in resolving marriage misunderstandings with excellent husband-wife communications. Not despising the new culture, but holding on to traditional ways of marriage institution running of Akatemba Chupo seek with real love expression, strengthens and spices the conjugal units. Avoidance of extramarital affairs by being contact and finding satisfaction in the chosen spouses for life is a key milestone to any lasting union. Yes, every wrinkle, scar, breach, trauma left has a long tail to tell to the aftermath existence, but forgiveness surpasses them all and cures the stressed victims. Resulting to substance abuse is not of any help to resolving marriage problems, but a reduction in alcohol abuse and other drugs is of profound to marriage keeping. We urge humanity not to misuse helping kitchen utensils, but to use them correctly in conjugal units, so as they serve their intended domestic purposes is a best solution to avoiding the current killings, where knives, axes, firearms, screwdrivers, pot pans, hand fists, verbal words are supposed to be used with their identified purposes.
Wow. Reporting all rumors of gender violence to law enforcers in all conjugal units will gladly help with the alarming scenarios. Indeed, imiti palamene taivula kukwesana. But fighting, divorcing, and killing is not a means to an end. Because hate can't heal hate. But searching for better ways of resolving conflicting matters in marriages is vital.
All the cries, if dealt with well, shall indeed be long gone, if only humanity embraces better ways of managing unionism misunderstandings. Gender-based violence shall be history. One Zambia, one nation. One people is our motto.
On behalf of Amalaila Youth Entertainment, I would love to thank the following people, that is Professor Enala Mwanse, Professor Luke Mumba, Dr. Oswelo Chakulimba for their moral and financial support, and the entire University of Zambia family. Also for Alan for his philosophical thoughts. Stop gender-based violence, and God bless Zambia and Amalaila Entertainment.